Good night, folks. We are Wednesday, 12th of November. Very rough day today. Basically, why that happened is very hard, but that happened. I was in LPTX at 70 cents. I sold at $1. Nice profit. And I never ever imagine we can go to 250. So it's hard because I've been pushing a lot of money because I knew this is going to go up a lot, but I will never imagine that. So in the stock market, you always suffer on the upside, on the downside. It's terrible. It's terrible, but that's life, and life continue. I hope everybody catch the trade today on CMBM. So it seems that the short have decided to cover. I don't know what will happen next. It's very complicated. Anyway, today I want to talk to you about a big story, big gap. That can be a life-changing trade. If you have 12 months in front of you, it can be amazing. I'm talking about Iova, EOVA. There is several things that make me going all in today. First, last report, quarter earnings was a lot better than expected. They are going in the right direction. We are very early, but it's amazing to see that when the company was a lot more foggy, at the beginning of the year, the stock was at $5-6, and now you can buy at $250. Then everything is more clear. That's the stock market. Very strange place, but you can take advantage. That's the good part. What happened with Iova? Iova have near 100 million share short. 100 million share short. There is a big short community bashing Iova. That's good. If you are positive on the company, that's good, because that means you will have some fuel during the run-up. The more I read, the more I hear about it, the more I'm completely under shock. It's incredible. I mean, I cannot summarize, but do your DD. And if they reach what they want to reach, is pretty sure, in my humble opinion, that mid next year, something like that, you will have a big player like AstraZeneca who will be buying out the company at $20 per share. That's my feeling, based on several things. The company is built to be bought out, but before that, they need to prove that the business model work, and it's an absolutely amazing. It's an amazing story. It's not a penny. It's not a penny stock, but the fact that there is so much short, and the fact that the story is so huge, make me think we may have a 10-bagger here. It's a big story, really. They are in the sector of treating cancer. They have very special science. I'm not a science guy, so I cannot summarize. But the more I read, the more I'm completely, amazed that this company is not already at $10. Anyway, that's life. What attracted my attention today, before I done all the DD, it was in my list, but I didn't go deep. What attracted my attention is something very rare and very important. Is the fact that the 20 and the 10 EMA cross on the upside the 50 SMA. That's a strong signal that something's brewing, especially when you have a stock so heavily shorted. They push the brake every day to protect their short. So the fact the company, the stock, was able to do that, it's a strong sign in a bear market. We are in a market with a turmoil. And with all that, the short, the turmoil, the company is going up, basically going from 1.8 to 2.5. We even touched, I think, 275 yesterday. The fact we are doing that in this context mean that the news was super strong. Because we have the short against us, we have the market against us. So I think that December is going to be very, very, very wild on Iova. There is different reason for that. The short covering. EI tell me that if the stock close 3 days in a row above 2.8, we can have a gamma squeeze, bring us to $4 to $6 on a squeeze. Then we will need to consolidate. So, we have the moving average, we have the short, we have the company, we have the story, and we have the price at the beginning of the year was at above $5. So, this is not the best entry price. Best entry price was last week at 1.8. But at that moment, nobody knew that the earnings will be great. It's risky because, it's a big business with a lot of spending, but they are going in the right direction. And when everything will be clear, next quarterly earnings, the stock may be between $5 to $10. So, all depends. You want to pay the risk and pay 2.5, or you want to be sure we are going to $20 and you wait for $5 to $10. You need to know what your tolerance to risk. I'm noticing in the market, I see a lot of stock like that. I'm thinking about APPS. I'm thinking about CRMD. There is a lot of things who are not going normally in the market, in the sense that you have great company with great earnings who are lagging, and you have big machine like CoreWave, CRWV, that basically everybody is upgrading the stock, but the stock is going down. So be very careful. This market is very dangerous, very nervous. The best sign we have is the price of gold or silver exploding again. Some strange things are happening in the market. In the crypto sector, I think Solana is a lot oversold. So if you compare it to Ethereum and Bitcoin, Solana is certainly, a good place to go by using treasury company like EPXE, Ford, FORD, and others. There is a bunch of like 5 or 6 companies will have treasury in Solana. Solana is way oversold. It's very cheap, actually. There is a lot of things strange in the market. And normally, I think in December, everything will, take its right place. It's because now we are traditionally in the season of excess. And in December, the fund manager will be loading what they think is good to show in the books at the end of the year. So I'm trying to remain cool. It's not easy because there is a lot of manipulation. Sometimes market drive me nuts. For example, Canaan, CAN, exceptional company, exceptional product, on the verge of high growth next year. Oh, it's basically at $1. I mean, it's insanity. But that's the market. Now the difficult part is where's the best place to go? Because sometimes insanity remain insane for weeks, months, you know. So I'm trying to balance the risk and reward. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. In the actual context, I prefer to go with a medium cap company like Iova with the great growth potential and takeover possibility, with big shorts who will need to cover if the price go out of control. I like the situation. The moving average supporting the price, and I think that it's not impossible if everything align that we may be between $4 to $5 end of the year. It's a possibility. That will not surprise me a lot, to be honest with you. It's tricky, folks. It's very tricky. And I prefer to go with something smooth, even if it's not, the best return possible. Today it was very hard. I missed this incredible run of LPTX, Treasury, crypto, and Zcash area. It was a superb trade, and I was too fearful, So that's life. Sometimes you are too greedy. Sometimes you are too fearful, and you miss the trade of a lifetime. So it was hard to digest, but you need to continue to go. And I decided to go to Iova because I like the Iova community. A lot of good people are writing about it. I highly recommend you to. I need to check his name. I don't remember. To follow somebody on Twitter, X name.
And so that's why we have this.
Name. Biotech Scanner. The guy's amazing. I mean, I've heard him on YouTube doing an interview on Iova. I was completely amazed from the deepness of the DD of the guy. He is 100% bullish. He's a big specialist of biotech. He was the one who called AQST at $2 and now at $7 and retraced to $5. Amazing guy. I mean, very, very skilled. Biotech scanner. You really need to follow him. And you rarely miss what he say. You know what he's talking about. Really, he's not a crook. He's a real guy who know and give you argument, and who is very, very active to support the company he think is going to succeed. So check do UDD, no, not financial advice. Be careful because sometimes cheap stock remain cheap. In this market, you need to jump in a wave of something's going up, even if it's not doubling, but basically in a good trend, because the market is very dangerous, very, very dangerous. Actually, you have incredible percentage falling on certain stock, even on well-known stock, and there is some things were not going right, but that's the market. And I think in December everything will be corrected. But actually there is a lot of excess on the two sides, so be very careful. And I think Iova, it's a good place to be, to maybe take 10-20 cents a day, an average. I like the story a lot. Even for the long term, I really think that next year, if everything's go as planned, they will receive a $20 buyout offer from AstraZeneca. So trade safely, and thank you for hearing. Bye-bye.